Com.
Well, good morning to you, and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. I am not coming to you from my Saginaw Spirit home studio this morning because of a technical issue. I am actually in the radio station, which is going to be very interesting because I haven't run these controls in a long time. So it should be a lot of fun. We should have a good morning. We have a lot of things to do later on after the 10 o'clock news. We're going to talk to Fouad Fakhouri from the Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra about an upcoming concert. And also later on in that hour, Marsha Braun will be with us to talk about the Holiday Mart at the Anderson Enrichment Center also coming up. At 11 o'clock, McLaren Bay, we'll talk about coronary bypass surgery on Focus. But for this hour, we're going to spend some time with a man I've gotten to know over the years and have a great deal of respect for. He is the police chief in the city of Saginaw, and we say good morning to Chief Bob Ruth. Bob, good morning to you. Can you hear me, Bob? Bob, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bob, can you hear me? This isn't good. Bob. All right. Let's answer that, guys, because it could be the chief. So,
I'm trying to call the number, Art. I can't hear
see
you. We're having some
you
technical
can't hear
difficulties.
me. All right, hang on a minute. You can't hear me, right? He can't hear me.
It's very faint.
Very faint. All right. Let's see. Do I have you? No, wait a minute. Let's try it again, Bob.
Yeah, it's like you're froze up now.
All right, try it again.
You're garbled, and I can't hear what you're saying.
All right.
Would it be better if I called the number?
Yes. I'm giving him a thumbs up. All right, we will have to figure this out because we haven't. There we go. So let's see if I do. Let me see. That. All right, do I have you now?
Hello.
You got me?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
there you go. Now you can. Now you can hear me, right? Have you got the phone?
Yes, I'm on the phone right now, but nobody's there.
Or
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me see what I got to do here.
Yeah, the problem is I can't hear you, and you keep freezing up.
Yeah, I understand that. I have to get somebody in here to show me what I'm doing wrong here. Hey, guys. Hello. Somebody come in here and show me why I am not hearing, why he's not hearing me. Anybody out there? They're out there. I just can't get their attention. Oh, wait a minute. How about now? Can you hear me now, Bob?
Now I can hear you, and I can see you moving good.
Good. All right. You can hear me.
You just froze up again.
Froze up again. I don't know what's causing that.
There you go. I see you a little bit now.
All right. Well, we'll try this and see what happens.
This is terrible. You're breaking in and out.
I am, huh? I don't know why. I'm breaking in and out. Pat, can you help us here? See what's going on?
It looks like you're set, actually. You've got everything set up okay on the board.
Yeah. How about going out to him?
It probably would have been better if I would have came out to the radio station.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, I wouldn't have had a problem. We're checking to see what we're doing wrong here, though, because I got to be doing something wrong. I don't know. Everything looks like it's in the right place, huh?
And I don't know if it's on my end or not, but you're froze up again.
You said, yeah, it might be on your end because you're fine here. I hear you loud and clear and see you moving, and I'm moving fine. So it must be maybe your Wi-Fi. I don't know.
And you just froze up again.
Froze up again, but you can't hear me when I do that, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, Bob. Since
no, I can't.
All right.
Let me try one thing. Just a second.
Okay.
If I lose you, I'll call back.
Yeah, and then we'll just do it on the phone. Okay.
Is his mic muted on his computer by any chance?
I'm hearing him. I hear him loud.
You're hearing him. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause he's on
He
the
says I freeze up on his end. So we're having fun. I hope you're having fun at home. We're having fun here, folks. Trying to figure it out, but we're working on it. I think he's probably going to call back. Oh, who knows exactly what
phone.
they
I think
did?
Chandler just yelled. Okay.
Well, did you add him to the stream?
Yeah.
Then that's what I was thinking, but then no, I don't know.
Oh, and there he is again. And
Okay, now how's that?
how's that? I'm good. How are you?
I am great now. Now you're not breaking up. I turned off my my Wi-Fi here at work.
Oh,
We're just running live stream from my phone line, so that's working
Okay.
much better.
all right. Well, good. Thanks, Bob. Oh, well.
Modern technologies.
Happy
That's
Thanksgiving.
not for me.
Me too. Well, listen, thank you, first of all, for spending some time with us the day before Thanksgiving. We appreciate it. It was suggested by someone that we do a show on some of the things happening in the Saginaw Police Department that the public is probably unaware of and maybe should be aware of. So let's start with staffing at the police department. Like everybody else, there's short staffs everywhere. Is that also true in policing?
Oh, it definitely is, Art. Especially with all the things we've gone through in the last couple of years. People just aren't interested in being police officers like they used to be. And the application pools just aren't there like they used to be. 28 years ago, when I became a police officer, there were 1,500 applications at the time. Now, when I put out for applications, I'm lucky to get 20, 25 applications at a time. We're still getting people, but there's just much fewer numbers.
And out of those 25, how many pre-qualify to go to the academy, and then how many make it through the academy?
Well, that's one of the issues is a lot of the people that are applying are not qualified yet to be a police officer. They're not certified yet. Police officers have to be licensed through the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards in Lansing. And that's one of the issues is there aren't that many people that are licensed. And there are more agencies out there that want to hire people than there are people available. So one of the key things here in Saginaw is we will send people to the academy to help them get licensed. And so that we can get people from our area that may stay here a little bit longer with the city of Saginaw than leaving to go back to their hometown, wherever they came from. So that's one of the things that we like to do is we like to hire people that are local, that understand the people of Saginaw and the Saginaw area and their needs that are here. But it's challenging right now getting police officers, very challenging. We're doing it. It just takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of testing and a lot of interviewing.
Yeah. And how about from the diversity angle? And the reason I asked that, and I've asked this of some other officers from time to time, in the minority communities, there is a certain amount of distrust of the police.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go into a minority community and tell youngsters that they ought to become police officers when they're brought up not to trust the police?
It's extremely difficult. They have to learn at a young age to trust the police, trust that the police are doing the right things. And it's a culture issue. And that is one of the things that all municipalities, Flint, Saginaw, Detroit, Pontiac, we all have the same issues in recruiting good qualified candidates within the municipalities that are of a minority class, whether it be a female, African American, or Hispanic male. And that is one of our goals, is to get as much diversity as we can in the city so that people within the city can see people that look like them when they call the police.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say here in Saginaw, we're at about 33%. Pretty good numbers in my eyes, especially looking at over the years. So that's something that we're very cognizant of. We always work on trying to get as much diversity as we can so that we can help bridge the gap.
All right, Bob, hang on a minute. I got to take a break, and we are talking to Chief Bob Ruth of the Saginaw Police Department. We will be back with more after these notes.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at exergen.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here always giving you the deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Uplift Creative Center, Joyce's Purple Palette, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Initial jobless claims have just come in at a new pandemic low. 199,000 people filing for first-time jobless help last week versus the expectation of 260,000. Continuing claims, though still receiving help, also slightly weaker than expected. Durable goods orders were also weaker. The sales of big-ticket items meant to last several years dipped in October instead of rising as expected. And a possible clue on where the U.S. birth rate may be heading. A new report out from the Pew Research Center says Americans increasingly say they don't want to have kids. 44% of adults under 50 without kids, when asked how likely is it you will have children someday, answered either not too likely or not likely at all to the question. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit LoanDepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. So BC introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max? New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show,
I guess we'll try to make sense of it all. That is a very, very difficult job.
We will have fun.
Markley Van Camp and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and we are talking to Saginaw Police Chief Bob Ruth about policing in Saginaw. You know, Chief, you're talking about the problems of recruiting today. And now we hear that the federal government is going to provide more funds to increase the size of police departments, at least for now. Where do you find the bodies?
Well, I tell you what, you give us the money That's always been our problem. You give us the money and I'll find the bodies somewhere. I'll find them. I keep finding people to put into the academy every session. I've got 6 people in the academy right now at Delta College, and I have got 4 more ready to go for January Academy when that starts. And I'm already working on people for the August Academy next year. I have 4 people that are going to retire next year. So I'm already preparing to replace those individuals next year. So you give me the money, I'll find the replacements for the ones I have, and I'll find some new ones too if we can.
Let me ask
It's all
about
about
this.
funding.
Let me ask about this money, because I remember back, I think it was in the Clinton era, when they provided money for police officers, but it was only for, maybe 2 years or something like that. And then you were on your own after that. And if you didn't have the money, they were gone. Is this going to be the same thing?
I'm not sure yet, because none of the programs have really been put out yet and stated exactly how they're going to operate and function. What I'm hoping to see is I'm hoping to see several things. I'm hoping to see something to retain our present officers that we have presently. And I would also like to see a hiring stimulus where we can hire more officers into the future and keep those bodies. As you mentioned, some of the old grants that we used to have, some of the cops grants, even like the SAFER grant that the fire department used to have, they all come with certain protocols that you have to follow at the end of those grants, where they'll give you the funding, but you have to maintain those positions for so many years afterwards. And that's where the city runs into problems, is with the funding of those positions down the road.
Yeah. Does this cause, in your current situation, does this cause you officers to have to work extra hours and extra shifts?
It definitely does. Just because of the short staffing that we have to have just so many officers on the road to protect the citizens. And when we're a little bit short on staff, people have to work overtime. Of course, they get paid for it, but after a while, people do get tired of working overtime. But that is, unfortunately, with all departments right now in Saginaw County, everybody's working overtime just to make ends meet.
So if somebody's interested in law enforcement, what's the first step? What do they do?
The first step is you should go to the website for MCOLS, which is the Michigan Law Enforcement Standards section for the state of Michigan. Research on there a little bit about how to become a police officer. There's a written test that has to be done through them, and a physical agility test that needs to be done. That is your first step. You get that testing process done, then you can come here to the city of Saginaw, go to our website, go under police or human resources, and apply to be a police officer. And we'll take a look at you. It helps when you have those stages done with the testing process through MCOLS, because as I mentioned earlier, everybody has to be licensed to be a police officer. That's the end goal for us. When you do those steps in advance, it helps our process go much smoother. Now, it used to be in the past, we would only look at people that were already had their MCOLS testing completed and done. But it's gotten to the point where the last couple of years, you apply with us to be a police officer, we'll look at you prior to doing that testing. And then when through the interviewing process, we will encourage you to go take the tests. But that's one of the stumbling blocks for some people, is just the testing. You've got to have the reading and writing test done. You've got to have an A or B band on that, and just pass on the physical agility test. That's your first step to becoming a police officer.
And past records, you have to have a clean record, obviously.
Got to have a clean record. That comes with your background check in the past. You got to have a clean past. There's some things that we can overlook and go with to be a police officer, but there's others that we can't. Certain felonies that are committed, it disqualifies you from being licensed through MCOLS. And if you can't be licensed through MCOLS, then you can't be a police officer in the state of Michigan. But most of the individuals that we interview, we find that out rather quickly if there's any stumbling blocks there that may hamper it, and we talk with those individuals about it, and we'll see if it's something that we can work with, or something that we can't work with.
So let's talk about the process. Once somebody makes it through MCOLS, they take the initial tests, you put them in the academy. How long is the academy?
That's where the process begins. It's a 17-week academy. We send people to Delta College. It's not easy. It's like a boot camp. They run you. They make you do push-ups. You're doing all kinds of exercises and calisthenics. They try to wear you down, wear you out. They want to make sure that you're going to operate well under pressure. That's one of the reasons for doing that. And then there's the academic portion. You go to the academy 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You're in that academy class for 8 hours per day for 17 weeks. It's just like a full-time job. Here at the police department, we will pay you to do that, to go to the academy. And once the academy graduates, which we will have a class graduating on December 17th, just in a few weeks from now, when that class graduates, those individuals will take the licensing test through the state of Michigan through MCOLS. Once they pass the test for the state and they're licensed, then they will come back here to the city of Saginaw. We will begin our orientation process. Through that orientation process, they'll be sworn in as a police officer. Then they will stay here for 2 weeks in the building as a group doing an internal orientation so that we can give as much training as we can to those individuals. Then they begin what we call the field training process. And that is another 4 months where they will go out with an officer for the first 4 months and they work with that officer hand in hand. Now, one of the unique things about our field training program is you start out 1 month with an officer. Then the second month you go to a different officer. Then the next month you go to a different officer. On the fourth month, you come back to the first officer that you had to see if there's been any change, if they've noticed that there's an increase in knowledge, if you're catching on to what you're supposed to do. And through that process, we're teaching mainly officer safety, the use of the laws, how to communicate and operate with people. It's extremely, extremely important nowadays to learn how to communicate with people and our citizens, especially with all of the mental health issues that we deal with in society at this point in time.
That is a big issue, isn't it? Mental health.
Yes, it is, definitely. A police officer nowadays is just not a police officer. You're a social worker. You're a mental health worker. You have got to be a very good communicator. That's one thing I look for, Art, when I'm interviewing people. I want people that can communicate with other people, people that know how to talk. One of the things I look for, I love interviewing people that worked for restaurants, took orders, worked directly with people, servers, because they have the experience of working with people and talking and communicating and trying to get out of people. Being a server is just like being a police officer. You take their order, ask what happened, what do you want? It's basically the same as police analogy. It's just what happened. Tell me in your eyes what happened, and they've got to document that and put it down in writing. And then the officer's got to ask the right questions so they can investigate further to hopefully resolve the issue for whatever they're dealing with at the time. But I like hiring people that come from a service industry just because of that reason.
So basically then, someone who has an interest in police, once they make it through the pre-MCOLS tests, physical and all of that, from the time they get into the academy to the time they're solo on the road, it's about 8 months, isn't it?
Oh, it's a long process. From the beginning of the interviewing process, from an application until you're out on the road on your own, you're generally looking at probably about a year of movement internal. Because I started, for the people that are going to go to the January Academy, I started looking at them in August of this year. So I looked a good 4, 5, 6 months in advance. And the people that will be going to the academy that starts next August, I'm already starting to look at those individuals now. So it takes a long time to get through that process. Once you get hired, you get through the system, you get through the academy, you get through the FTO process. It could be a good year, maybe a little bit longer.
And nothing wrong with that.
No,
Turns
and
out
all it is a training
police
process.
officer. Yeah.
One of the key issues is we don't want to put anybody out on their own that are either going to get hurt themselves or hurt somebody else because they don't have the proper training. So we make sure that our officers are trained.
Yeah. All right, Chief, hang on. We're going to take a break. We're talking to Chief Bob Ruth from the Saginaw Police Department about policing in this day and age. Talk about a couple of other things the department's doing, including things that have to do with victims. And we will do that when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
The Whatever Loan with no credit score limit and Members First Credit Union is back. Whether you want to give your family the best holiday season yet or finally catch up on some of those bills, the Whatever Loan is here if you need it. Visit mfcu.net to learn more, apply online, or schedule an in-branch appointment. If the Whatever Loan doesn't meet your needs, Members First has other lending options available. Members First Credit Union. Must be eligible for membership. Some restrictions may apply. Equal housing opportunity. Federally insured by NCUA.
Choose the proven performance of the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, featuring high-yielding Extend Flex soybeans and the exceptional weed control of XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology. Elite genetics, triple herbicide tolerance, flexibility that delivers results, backed by 25 years of innovation. That's the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice. XtendiMax is a restricted-use pesticide. Always follow stewardship practices, all pesticide label directions, and check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state. When you choose the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, you're putting proven yield advantage to work in your fields. Extend Flex soybeans offer elite genetics built on the proven performance of Roundup Ready to Extend soybeans. In fact, farmers saw a 4 bushel per acre advantage and a 70% average win rate over Enlist E3 soybeans in 2020 germplasm trials. The Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice.
Always follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped below 3%, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big. You could lower your monthly payment and prepare yourself for a better financial future. But you've got to act now. Call us today at 833-8ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
If you're Medicare eligible, now's the time to review your coverage to get all you can from your plan. With Covenant Advantage, a PHP Medicare plan, you get hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage you need and valuable extras you want. With dental benefits from Delta Dental, vision, hearing, and so much more without paying more. Covenant Advantage consultants are leading seminars in the area and are available for personal consultations. Don't delay. Learn more at covenantadvantage.com.
This is the Stone Specialist Studios, 100.5 News Radio WSGW, 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we are back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, coming to you actually from the Stone Specialist Studios of WSGW. We have a little technical issue at home we're resolving. We should be back to normal by probably Saturday morning. In the meantime, we are talking to Chief Bob Ruth from the Saginaw Police Department about policing in this day and age. One of the things that Saginaw has taken upon itself to do is have a victim services program. Tell us a little bit about that, Bob.
Yes, back in 2016, we received a grant through the International Chiefs Association, sponsored by the Department of Justice, as an experimental unit to begin a victim services unit here at the Saginaw Police Department. We actually were the only ones in the state of Michigan at the time to have a unit like that. And it basically, what it does is it gives us staffing to interact more with victims of crime, to ensure and make sure that they don't get re-victimized as a victim, depending upon what the type of crime was. After all crimes occur or police reports are written, the following day, our victim advocates will go through those police reports and they will make contact with the victims of crime, especially the female victims of crime. And they will make contact with them and offer them services that can help them get through the process, whether it's counseling, financial needs, if there was a death in the family, financial needs to help with burial, things along that line, and especially counseling for members of the family when they're traumatized by a crime
in
that particular area.
Do these advocates have to be certified officers or not?
No, they're not. They're actually civilians. We've got some very good ones here. The ones that are basically advocates, that are trained advocates, that deal with the citizens and the victims of crime. They're very good communicators.
And do the victims have to apply for this, or is it automatic that they're contacted after?
They're automatically contacted. They're given information when the police report's written. If they want to call, they can, but our victim services people will contact them, depending upon what type of crime it is. And anybody can call for services or help for the victim services unit. They can go online to our website and look under the police department, and they will find that unit there and the services that are provided by them.
Bob, tell us a little bit about the relationship of the police department with the mental health department.
I'll tell you, we've got the greatest relationship you could ever have, especially it's been built in the last 7 to 8 years with a very special person here in Saginaw County called Nancy Johnson.
Yep.
She has done so much for training for the Saginaw Police Department and other police agencies here in the city of Saginaw and the county of Saginaw. She trains on a bi-monthly basis with our officers at the roll calls on what to look for and how to approach, how to deal with people that have mental health issues. I think we've had some of the best training that we can get all around here at the Saginaw Police Department through Saginaw County Community Mental Health and Mrs. Johnson. The difference in the way that we serve the community between now and years ago is tremendous. Now our officers are trained to look for mental health issues, and there are so many of those issues going on. Years past, so many people were locked up in jail with mental health issues when they really should have went to the hospital to get some help. Nowadays, they go to the hospital to get help instead of getting locked up.
Are there mental health professionals on call that can come out to a scene?
There are. If we need, we can bring a mental health professional out. If not, we can take that individual to the hospital. Covenant has 24/7 coverage for mental health services, and our officers can bring them right there to the hospital. If we get a special situation, a mental health worker will come out at our request to help us on a situation.
Something else you're doing, these front porch roll calls. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yes, front porch roll calls are great. It's another initiative that we have from the Department of Justice to help engage the community. Basically, what we're doing is we have an event every so often that will basically show a group of citizens or residents in the city how we operate and function at the police department, how a roll call works. We will go there, we'll sit the officers down, we'll explain to the people that this is how the police department functions and works. This is what a sergeant does at the roll call, or this is what a lieutenant does at the roll call. We basically do a mock roll call for them to show them what we do, what the officers are looking for, some of the things that they ran into in the previous shift, some of the warrants on people that we're looking for, things along that line. Very interesting. They don't take very long, maybe half an hour or so. And the key element of that is the community has the right to ask us questions. So when they show up, they can ask all the questions that they want. Our next front porch roll call will be at the Bancroft building in downtown Saginaw next Tuesday evening, the 30th at 6 p.m. if anybody's interested in coming to that.
Very good. All right, hang on. We'll be back. We're talking to Chief Bob Ruth from the Saginaw Police Department. I want to talk a little bit about community policing when we return with the chief, and that will happen right after these notes. Let me first tell you, I just want to take a moment out to talk about the Thalen family in Bay City, the Thalen Auto Group. The three brothers that run the dealerships, Mike, Joe, Pat, truly represent the third generation of Thalens in the business. And they really care about the customers. You know, they have a saying, it's the right thing to do when they price vehicles, when they take care of you from service. And they mean it. They really and truly mean it. They care about their customers. It's a great family. I've known them now for, I don't know, something like 16 years. And I am thrilled to be able to represent the Thalen family. At this holiday time, they hope you and your family have a very, very happy Thanksgiving, that you spend time together, treasure that time with each other, and give thanks for all of the good things that you have as they do. That from Mike, Pat, and Joe, the Thalen brothers, at the Thalen Auto Group on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City, taking care of their customers the way they think you should be taken care of, because it is the right thing to do. We'll be back after these notes.
It's Menard's last 11% rebate sale of 2021. Receive local HD digital broadcast for free with an RCA antenna. Also, don't forget to pick up the latest RCA audio video cables, including digital HDMI, coaxial, or computer Ethernet. All RCA antennas and audio video accessories are 11% off during Menard's last 11% rebate sale of 2021. Good until November 24th. Savings or mail-in rebate, some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Friendsgiving is going to be a little different this year because Capital One's The Match is back on TNT this Thanksgiving weekend with its best edition yet. The fifth installment of this one-of-a-kind event pits two of golf's most intense rivals, Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, against one another in a head-to-head showdown. Watch all the action unfold from the Wynn Las Vegas, November 26th at 4 p.m. Eastern on TNT. You're not going to want to miss this.
At CDW, we get modern servers need to be
flexible, scalable, and predictable. I predicted you'd say that.
Okay, what would I say next?
Probably something about server security.
Impressive and freaky. CDW can implement secure Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Gen 10 servers that improve speed and performance while reducing
costs. See, predictable.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
I predict a web address.
CDW.com/HPE.
I'm in your mind, man.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll preventing drunk driving. The recently passed National Infrastructure Package includes a requirement. Automakers have to develop technology to prevent drunk driving. Automakers have until 2026 to meet this mandate for all new vehicles. Supporters, including Mothers Against Drunk Driving, believe it will virtually eliminate the number one killer on America's roads. Others say they're very appreciative and understand the safety aspect. Some are concerned about what the technology, though, could cost to a vehicle, especially if they say they have a vehicle and they never drink in the first place. Poll question: what do you think about this requirement for all new vehicles to have technology to prevent drunk driving? Do you support this requirement? Do you support the safety aspect, but not as a mandate for every vehicle, or you don't support this requirement at all? Give your opinion through the poll vote that you can make when you go to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and find the online poll box.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Michigan Wolverines football is on WSGW.
Haskins over right guard. Touchdown, Michigan! Give that one to Zach Carpenter in the offensive line. Edwards breaks it back diagonally across the field to the 30. Can he outrun him? Touchdown, Michigan! Donovan Edwards. That ball is intercepted. DJ Turner has it. The 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
The 6th-ranked Michigan Wolverines routed Maryland to set up a showdown against the 2nd-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes for the Big Ten East title on the regular season finale. Tune in for pregame coverage starting at 11 a.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW. Michigan football.
News coverage.
My Build Back Better Act.
The Build Back.
It's my tricky fingers at work there. I forgot. All right. We are talking to Chief Bob Ruth from the Saginaw Police Department. And Bob, we went through this period after the George Floyd incident, calls for defunding the police and all of that. And it always seemed to me that that was exactly the opposite of what should have been done, that we should have increased funding for the police to be able to do community policing, because there probably is nothing better than having an officer in a specific community, knowing everybody in that community and they know him or her. Is there anything better than that?
Art, you are 100% correct. That's absolutely the best thing that we can do. Community policing is where it's at. It's a broken windows theory. I wish we could have more community police officers out there. Unfortunately, like you said, through this process we went through in the last year and a half, everybody's talking about defunding. We were already defunded back in the early mid 2000s. We were defunded when the General Motors pulled out of Saginaw, and all the tax base went with it. Unfortunately, we went from 155 officers 20 years ago down to 55. We've slowly built our way back up to 60 with the help of Covenant and their graciousness in helping to pay for 4 community police officers to work in Covenant Hospital 24/7. That really helps, along with our 4 other community police officers we have. I look at all of our officers here at the Saginaw Police Department as community police officers. It's the way that you police. It's the way that you communicate and operate with people. We care about the people in the neighborhood. We take care of them and take care of their issues within their neighborhood, and the issues will take care of themselves. It's the broken windows theory. You help fix up and clean up the neighborhood, and the citizens will take their neighborhoods back, and it'll be a good, safe neighborhood to live in. And that's what we're there to help them with. So I tend to look at it as though all of our officers are community oriented, the way that we police. That's what we train our officers to do. I really do wish we had more officers so that we could get even more done from that aspect. Community police is one of the most important aspects for the future of policing in America that I think any of us can do.
And it probably, I would guess, it's an assumption on my part, but I'm guessing that it helps to loosen tongues a little bit. By that, I mean, when the people living in a community know the police officer, have a relationship with the police officer, they might be a little more willing to come forward with what they've seen, what's happening in the neighborhood.
Absolutely correct. When they trust their police officer, they know that police officer, they'll tell that police officer what's going on. They will tell them who's doing what in the neighborhood, who's selling drugs, who's got guns, who's doing things they aren't supposed to do. That's how we slow things down when it comes to crime. It's that communication with the community.
So what kind of a year has it been for the Saginaw Police Department, 2021?
This has been a year just like last year. It's got its ups and it's got its downs. There's a lot of unstable environment out there in society because of everything that's been going on last year with George Floyd and some of the other incidents, the coronavirus, all the stress from the pandemic. It's all carried forward into this year. I knock on wood. We're not worse than we were last year. We're actually slightly less from a crime standpoint of crime statistics than we were over last year. Other communities are much higher, but I look forward in the future to get people back to work, get this pandemic gone and over with, and I think we'll start to see some good things happen. Maybe these statistics on crimes will go down. We've got to get these kids' minds occupied. Idle hands are no good. They cause too much trouble. These kids need to get back to school. They need to get back to work and get away from these guns and unproductive activity in society.
Yeah.
They need to realize that there are good things in life. There's education. You can make a lot of money and have a good family life just by getting a little bit of education under your belt.
There's another group that probably deserves some attaboys, and that's the Michigan State Police and how they've come to watch your back.
All day long. We couldn't do it without MSP here in the city of Saginaw. We could not. When we were defunded years ago, 2012, 2013, they came in to help, just like they did in the secured cities in Flint, Pontiac, and Detroit. They came here to Saginaw to help us. And I'll tell you, without them at this point in time, we couldn't do it. We just wouldn't have enough of bodies. And they do a tremendous job here in the city. And hopefully we can continue that relationship into the future.
All right, I'll give you this last minute to tell people what you think they should know about the Saginaw Police Department.
I'll tell you one thing that I want you to know right now is we're open for business and we're hiring people. And if you are interested in being a police officer, if you have a family member, a grandson or son or daughter, especially females, we need female police officers. And if you've got somebody who wants to go down the path of being a police officer, please encourage them and help them out all you can, so that they can be successful in the future. Have them start researching MCOLs so that they can check out the testing processes that need to be done to get into the police academy, and try to encourage them to be a police officer. Being a police officer is an extremely rewarding career. You get to protect and serve, and it makes you feel good when you do that.
Well, Chief, first of all, thanks for spending the hour with us. We really appreciate it. And to you and yours, very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the turkey.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, take care. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Chief Bob Ruth of the Saginaw Police Department, we thank you much for joining us here on the Art Lewis Show for this Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving. Take a break and finish this hour up and back with the next.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Salon Blue in Mount Pleasant. You can get a Salon Blue cut and a brow wax for only $31.50. It's usually $63. You are getting it half off. You can also get a gel manicure and a Salon Blue pedicure for only $41.50. It's usually $83, but you are getting it half off. This week's deal is all about treating yourself. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your paycheck. To local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks. And how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at exergen.com.
Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With US-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
News coverage.
My Build Back Better Act.
The Build Back Better bill is passed.
Trillions more in inflationary socialism.
News coverage.
Kyle Rittenhouse. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
News around the clock.
Thoughts and prayers go out to everyone there in Wisconsin.
Suspect who drove the red Ford, ramming through everybody.
News coverage.
Boosters for all adults. Boycott the Winter Olympics.
On WSGW. Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7 on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for this hour of the Art Lewis Show. Coming up, news at the top of the hour from CBS and the local reports. And we will be back with more. Talk to you after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Linda Kenyon in Washington. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits plummeted last week. That even surprised Bankrate's senior economic analyst, Mark Hamrick.
Wow. New claims sunk by a whopping 71,000 to a seasonally adjusted 199,000, and that's said to be the lowest since 1969. It's fair to say we didn't see that coming.
To put it all in context,
the strains associated with higher prices, shortages of supplies, and available job candidates are weighed against the low levels of layoffs, wage gains, and falling unemployment rate,
which may all point to signs of economic recovery despite pervasive concerns about inflation and the large number of workers voluntarily leaving the workforce during the pandemic. Cautious but optimistic as millions of Americans travel this Thanksgiving holiday, including these folks at Pittsburgh's airport.
So we travel about 3 or 4 times a year, and this line today is crazy. Yeah, it's the longest I've ever seen it by far. It's a tremendous blessing, and we recognize that we're taking our risks and we're doing everything we can to avoid unnecessary exposure.
Exposure to COVID is a major concern in Europe, which is now a global hotspot for the pandemic.
The World Health Organization says new COVID cases jumped by 11% in Europe in the past week, compared with the global average of 6%. It's the only region in the world where COVID continues to accelerate. It's now the region's #1 cause of death.
CBS's Vicky Barker reporting from London. Jury deliberations have resumed in Georgia in the trial of 3 white men accused in the shooting death of an unarmed black man, Ahmaud Arbery. Will the jury reach a verdict today?
If you're a trial attorney and you're coming up upon a holiday weekend like this one, and the jury is facing additional days of deliberations after the holiday here Friday and Saturday, then certainly you're thinking to yourself, this jury wants to come to a conclusion. Of course, this is also a jury that's taking this very seriously, and they have to all agree.
Rebecca Royfey is a CBS News legal contributor. Early in today's deliberations, the jury has asked to re-watch videos from the case and to listen again to the 911 call. The Pentagon has announced plans to form a new group to investigate reports of UFOs in restricted airspace. A recent government report finds 144 unwelcomed and unidentified objects. This new group has been named the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. It will be overseen by the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence. This is CBS News.
Is finding seasonal help on your wish list? You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform for interviewing, screening, and hiring high-quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In a world that's a little simpler, comes the tale of Veltima fungicide. Swift, simple, and secure. It's a corn-growing story without all the drama. Unless you add totally epic music, really random sound effects, and a cool announcer guy. Get ready for the blockbuster yields of the summer with Veltima fungicide from BASF. Coming soon to a field near you. Always read and follow label directions.
Fall in love with your home again by adding beautiful Lafayette interior fashions. This is Sonia with Westside Decorating Center. We offer in-home design consultations to make choosing the perfect window treatment easy and fun. Pair Lafayette interior masterpieces custom drapery options with their many shade and blind choices for a flawless look. Call our design department today at 989-793-6182. Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw Township.
Service. It's hard to find these days. Well, the folks at M&R Garage Door have built their business on it. In fact, it's fair to say that service is their specialty. M&R Garage Door has earned the right to say that by taking care of their customers in the Tri-Cities for over 50 years. M&R can repair any brand garage door or opener, including all residential and industrial doors. Call M&R Garage Door for all of your service needs. M&R has garage doors and openers for every style and every budget. Call M&R Garage Door at 894-0971. 894-0971 for all of your garage door and opener needs. Remember, at M&R Garage Door, service is our specialty. The Whatever Loan with no credit score limit at Members First Credit Union is back. Whether you want to give your family the best holiday season yet or finally catch up on some of those bills, the Whatever Loan is here if you need it. Visit mfcu.net to learn more, apply online, or schedule an in-branch appointment. If the Whatever Loan doesn't meet your needs, Members First has other lending options available. Members First Credit Union. Must be eligible for membership. Some restrictions may apply. Equal housing opportunity. Federally insured by NCUA.
Right now, I'm getting bombarded with TV ads, postcards, and emails about Medicare Advantage programs, saying what I may be eligible for and what might be available. But don't tell me everything there is to know. Tell me what I need to know.
Clear up your Medicare confusion with simple, easy answers at easymedicare.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Medicare.com. Go to easymedicare.com or speak with a licensed agent at 1-888-486-1662. EasyMedicare.com.
Speak with a licensed insurance agent or visit easymedicare.com Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. EST, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. EST. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, has neither reviewed nor approved this information with regard to the federal Medicare program. EasyMedicare.com is powered by eTelequote Insurance Inc., a private duly licensed insurance agency appointed by Medicare Advantage, HMO, PPO, and PFFS plans and standalone prescription drug plans and insurance companies holding Medicare contracts approved by CMS. Enrollment in any plan for coverage is subject to insurance company approval. This information is not a complete description of benefits. Contact the plan for more information. Limitations, co-payments, and restrictions may apply. Benefits, premiums, and/or member cost share may change on January 1 of each year. You must continue paying your Medicare Part B premium.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies. We'll have high temperatures working up into the upper 40s. Winds a bit breezy from the south and southwest. Then for tonight, cloud cover, a chance for some showers developing late, so low at 39. Scattered showers, especially through midday for your Thanksgiving Day, those highs working up to 45, winds turning to the northwest. Colder Thursday night, a low of 26. And for your Black Friday, staying partly sunny with those highs around 34. Saturday, lots of sunshine, mid-30s. I'm meteorologist Michael Caro with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, it's 38.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Not from my Saginaw Spirit Home studio because of a technical issue, which will be resolved this weekend. But I had to actually come into the radio station, which is interesting because I'm like a fish out of water sitting in front of this gigantic console with all kinds of controls that I've forgotten how to use. But thank you to Chandler and Charlie and Pat for helping me out. and getting things rolling this morning. Our program brought to you by Linda Shepard at Pinnacle Realty. For all of your residential, commercial real estate needs, give Linda a call, 989-295-7713. Linda Shepard. Pinnacle Realty at the Point, M46 and M47, where you'll also find Cafe 476. And we have a couple of guests this morning. Later on, we're going to talk to Marsha Braun at the Anderson Enrichment Center about their holiday hot mart coming up. But before that, we say good morning and welcome back to the program, the musical director, conductor of the Saginaw-based Symphony Orchestra. We say good morning to Fouad Fakhouri. Fouad, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well. Hope you are too. Hope your family's doing well.
Good.
So here we are into the holiday season, and you have a concert coming up, don't you?
We do. We're really excited about it. Obviously last year we were not able to be with our audience. This year, last I checked, we have almost 900 tickets sold, and tickets are going fast. So we're really, really excited about getting back into the temple and performing for our audiences.
And I would think you'll probably sell some more because if I'm not mistaken, a buddy of mine is going to be with the orchestra, a fellow by the name of Todd Hall. Tell us about that.
That's right. So Todd Michael Hall is a Saginaw native. People might know him, he from town, but he really, I think a year and a half ago, went on the show The Voice.
Yep.
And he went quite far on that show. He's unbelievably talented. I had met Todd about 2.5 years ago, even before he went on The Voice or anything. And I had known about him, and we've been working a way to get him involved with us. And this was a perfect opportunity to bring him and have him sing with us during this Christmas holiday concert.
Well, he's, and I'm not going to embarrass him. Well, I am going to embarrass him, actually. I've known Todd for probably, 15 years or more, 20 years. And he's not just a talented guy. He's one great human being. He just is that kind of person you're attracted to. You know what I mean? He's got a great personality. So
really down to earth, very, very interesting, and really multi-talented. I mean, he runs he's part of his family business in Saginaw, and that's his job. But he's also goes all around the world singing in his rock band, Europe, everywhere in the States. So he's really, really very, very talented.
So what's he going to be doing with the orchestra?
So there are a number of people that are going to be joining us for this concert. We're going to have the Saginaw Choral Society. We're going to have the Saginaw Bay Youth Orchestra, the youth choir associated also with the Saginaw Choral Society, as well as Todd. And he's going to be singing 3 songs with us. He's going to be singing Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. He's going to be singing Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer, as well as I Want to Know What Love Is. So he's going to be doing these 3 songs. He'll sing them, and we'll have the choir behind him accompanying him as well.
Yeah, right out of the orchestra's main playbook, I can tell.
That's right, exactly. So, we've been working on this concert for some time. It has so many people in it that, I'm sort of not dreading, but I keep waking up at night thinking, how am I going to rehearse everyone and put them all on stage at the temple and fit them all?
Oh, you'll figure it out. I know you. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
When is the concert?
This coming Tuesday, the 30th, November 30th at 8 p.m. at the Temple Theater.
Yeah, we should make note of the fact that it is a Tuesday concert, not a Saturday concert.
That's right. Our holiday pop concert has always been on a Tuesday. So it's the only difference is that this year it's a little bit earlier. We decided to do it right after Thanksgiving and sort of kick off the holiday season early.
So it's a holiday pops concert, and a lot of people would think of it as the Christmas concert, if you will. But this is the holiday concert.
This is the holiday pops concert that we do every year, and this year again is just genuinely exciting. I would invite people to come every year. It's great, but this year we have so many different people joining us. We called it Saginaw Sings. And the idea behind it was that we are going to get back to the Temple Theater and celebrate the special holiday season with as many people from our community as we can in terms of people joining us on stage as well as audiences.
Yeah, let me ask Fouad, how has it been getting musicians? Has COVID put a damper on the musicians coming out, or are they eager to play?
Surprisingly, no. They're really, really eager to play. Initially, there was some hesitation with COVID and distancing, but only a few musicians. And as we started progressing with our concerts and doing more of them, a lot more musicians, started coming out, and we have no issue at all. In fact, so many people want to just join us.
So that was not a problem then, finding musicians.
No,
yeah.
No, it's not a problem at all. Oh.
Well, that's good news, right?
That's right. Yes. It's really.
How has the season been for the orchestra in terms of audience attendance? People eager to get out? So
our first concert was in October. And that was the one we spoke about. It was an all John Williams concert program. And that weekend, if you recall, there was a hockey game as well. So there's a lot going on in Saginaw.
Yep.
Yet we still were able to get, I think that we had about 850, 870 audience members, which is for a first concert after COVID, not given a live concert in almost over a year and a half, was a terrific number. And this particular concert, we have already surpassed that. I think people are longing to get back together, longing to get back into the space and just celebrate live music together. So we've been noticing an uptick in our audiences, actually.
And there's really nothing like hearing it live, is there?
No, absolutely not. There's nothing like hearing it live. There's nothing like getting, especially these concerts that are associated with events. This concert kicks off this wonderful holiday season. So, when you have these types of traditions, people want to go to them. They want to be part of them. And there really is nothing like going and seeing a 70-piece orchestra with an 80-member choir, plus a soloist, plus a rock band in Todd's instance. It's just a spectacular event.
Oh, is Todd going to have his band with him?
He's not going to have his own band, but the arrangements. So for Todd to sing with us, this is interesting for your audience, for your listeners. So the one thing that I had to figure out with Todd is, how do I involve him with an orchestra, given the fact that he's a rock singer? So I had to go find a person that would actually arrange these songs for the orchestra. So we found a person who's very, very talented, who lives in Ann Arbor, who arranged these songs, but he arranged them in such a way where there's Todd singing, there's a rock band behind him, which is made of a lead guitar, a bass guitar, a drum set, and a keyboard. And then there's the orchestra plus the choir. So, yeah.
That'll be unique. Hang on. Got to take a break, Fouad, and then we will be back with more. We're talking to Fouad Fakhouri. He is the musical director, conductor of the Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra. Their Holiday Pops concert comes up Tuesday, the 30th, at the Temple Theater. We'll talk more about that when we return after these notes.
Black Friday is back at the Maytag store with some of the best deals of the season. The Maytag store carries great American-made appliances from Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Whirlpool. They have product in stock and ready to be delivered and installed, and they service the appliances they sell with an in-house parts and service team. You'll find amazing deals, such as a Maytag top-load washer and dryer pair starting at $12.49. Get a Whirlpool stainless steel dishwasher starting at just $5.99. Garage-ready freezers and refrigerators are in stock. Plus, they're paying the sales tax on all in-stock items. The free breakfast is back Black Friday morning from 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. with fresh omelets, French toast, and a lot more at the Maytag store on Tittabawassee Road in Saginaw. You can also find these limited-time offers all day Friday and Saturday at their Frankenmuth location. Plus, the Maytag store outlet on Gratiot Road in Saginaw will be open all day Friday and Saturday with special savings. Stop by and experience the Maytag store difference today.
Right now, I'm getting bombarded with TV ads, postcards, and emails about Medicare Advantage programs, saying what I may be eligible for and what might be available. But don't tell me everything there is to know. Tell me what I need to know.
Clear up your Medicare confusion with simple, easy answers at easymedicare.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Medicare.com. Go to easymedicare.com or speak with a licensed agent at 1-888-486-1662. easymedicare.com.
Speak with a licensed insurance agent or visit easymedicare.com Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. EST, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. EST. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, has neither reviewed nor approved this information with regard to the federal Medicare program. easymedicare.com is powered by eTelequote Insurance Inc., a private duly licensed insurance agency appointed by Medicare Advantage, HMO, PPO, and PFFS plans and standalone prescription drug plans and insurance companies holding Medicare contracts approved by CMS. Enrollment in any plan for coverage is subject to insurance company approval. This information is not a complete description of benefits. Contact the plan for more information. Limitations, co-payments, and restrictions may apply. Benefits, premiums, and/or member cost share may change on January 1 of each year. You must continue paying your Medicare Part B premium.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The latest initial jobless claims in have hit a new low, not just for the pandemic, but for the past 52 years. The 199,000 claims are a drop of 71,000 from the week before that and underscores how tight the labor market's become. Continuing claims from those still collecting benefits have dropped to a fresh pandemic low of 2.049 million. That is slightly higher than expected. Another key number in this morning, our GDP. Our economy grew at a revised 2.1% annual rate in the third quarter. E-cigarette giant Juul will pay Arizona $14.5 million to settle a vaping lawsuit. Oil giant Shell has struck a deal to buy power from the world's largest offshore wind farm. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Your historic low rates may be a great reason to refinance, but when matched with an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot, you could be saving money and paying more towards the bottom line. Call a Loan Depot loan officer and ask about our 27-year Smart Term loan or our 10-year ARM loan. Get a great rate matched with a great loan by calling 866-888-LOAN or visit loandepot.com. At Loan Depot, home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team Show memorable moment.
A survey released by underwear company Tommy John suggests that Americans might not be changing their underwear as much as they should. Whoa. Tommy John surveyed 1,000 Americans and discovered 45%, that's nearly half, wore the same pair of underwear for 2 days or longer.
Whoa.
45%. First of all, I'd like to be 0%.
Yeah, right.
But if there's got to be any percent, 5%. 15, okay. 45%? Are you kidding me? 13% of those say that they wore the same underwear for a week or more.
No.
Tommy John, the underwear company, says that women should be especially careful as they're more at risk than men, although men 2.5 times more likely than women to wear their underwear for more than a week.
That doesn't
surprise me. Tell you the truth on that.
Guess those people never had a mother who said, now make sure you've got clean underwear because you never know you're going to get in an accident.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Haskins tries right guard, pushes, touchdown Michigan, Hassan Haskins.
Michigan and Ohio State, the game. Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. We're talking to Fouad Fakhouri about the concert coming up Tuesday, November 30th, the Holiday Pops concert with the Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra. So what's ahead for the remainder of the season, Fouad?
So we have a number of great performances coming up. After we are done with the Holiday Pops, we'll come back, and in end of January, we have a concert where we're featuring our concert master performing the Khachaturian Violin Concerto, and we're doing Franck's Symphony, as well as a premiere of a piece that I've written for orchestra. And then after that, we come back in March, and we have a a wonderful collaboration with Pit and Balcony. We're doing the movie Amadeus on stage. We have actors. We have actors that are really acting that movie on stage while we provide the music. And then we finish with a great classical concert at the end of the season that focuses with a wonderful guest artist, Julian Schwartz, who will be performing cello. And it's the music of Dmitry Shostakovich, the Russian Dmitry Shostakovich. So we have a great lineup for the rest of the season.
Wow. When do you plan the season? Like, are you working on 2022-3 now?
Well, you just read my mind. Yes. So it's, I was talking to my wife yesterday about this. It's very interesting. Right now, we're planning 2022-23, and it almost always happens that as you're in the middle of one season, you really start planning for the next. So the workload is tremendous in the middle of the season, right? I would say October, November, December, all the way through March, April. That's a heavy time of year because you're not only doing the concerts and rehearsing and performing, but you're also planning next season.
And how long does it take you? Typically, how long does it take to put a season together?
For me, it's a very, very long process. Some conductors might do it quicker, but it's, there are so many different things that you have to think about. Variety, interest for the public, maintaining the interest for the musicians, well-balanced programming where, you're providing your community with multi types of concerts, whether pops, classical, more educational, as well as trying to figure out scheduling. When can we perform? When can we get our musicians in to come and rehearse with us? Because, they play a number of orchestras around the region, as well as our guest artists and guest soloists. So it takes a long time. It's not just writing a list of music and going with it. There are many moving parts to it.
And most conductors that I've known, once you have that program set, a week or two before the concert, are you sitting at a piano going through the book, note by note?
Well, yeah, I mean, most of the time, the work happens once you set it. The work happens quite a long time in advance. Now, for certain concerts like this, the Pops concerts, the Holiday Pops concert, the repertoire is not as complicated or as involved as other pieces that are more of the standard repertoire. So that one takes a little bit less preparation as a conductor. But when you're really dealing with concerts that are complicated and sort of the part of the repertoire, that process can take, I start typically 6-7 months before preparing the music, especially if I've never done the piece before.
So if you've done a piece, let's take a well-known, let's say Beethoven's Fifth. All right, everybody knows da-da-da-da. If you're going to do Beethoven's Fifth with an orchestra, and you've probably done it a dozen times or more,
right?
Does it come out the same every time?
No, and that's part of the what I try to speak. It would be simple to really do it again, right? So to just the piece, the audience knows the piece. I could just go out and move my hands and come up with the same thing that we've done before. But the beauty about what we do is we're trying to really, as you mature, as you gain more experience, as you get a little bit older, your perception of things also evolves and changes. So you're always trying to really study these pieces and reimagine them based on where you are in your life and how much knowledge and how you're looking, your point of view is on art and the world around you. So it's always an evolution. It never stagnates, at least not for me.
So, if we take Beethoven's Fifth and you sit down with that book, Beethoven wrote it a certain way. Right. Do you find new interpretations?
The beauty of a person like a Beethoven, those great composers, you don't have to find anything. It's all in there. You just have to sort of open your ears and your mind to looking at it, and your life experience takes care of the rest. When you're, exactly what I'm talking about, when we're in our 20s, like for instance with you, when you were announcing and interviewing people in your 20s or 30s, your experience and the way you went about doing it is very, very different than today. Today, there's probably sort of an ease and a spontaneity and sort of a sense of understanding it really, really well and confidence. So I think as you evolve that piece, which are, they're the same notes, but your understanding of those notes evolved as well.
It's interesting you bringing up Beethoven, and it's interesting you said if you open your ears, something he couldn't do when he wrote the Ninth, which is
right.
which has always fascinated me, how someone totally deaf could write a piece like that. But you can almost hear his deafness in the range that he gave the choral parts. The chorales are, they're really challenging, aren't they?
Right. So the chorale is tough, high range. Many of the instrumentation, he uses really, really high ranges of certain instruments, especially the woodwind. But I mean, that's the beauty of art. He's struggling, and you can sense that struggle in a great work like The Nine, even with how he orchestrates it and how he lays it out for the choir and the orchestra.
All right, so let's leave everybody with some information about Tuesday. How can one find out more about the Tuesday concert and maybe get tickets?
So the best way to do it is to go to our website. It's the SaginawBayOrchestra.com. Over there on the website, again, SaginawBayOrchestra.com, you can purchase tickets under the header tickets and buy them that way. I think that is the simplest way to do it because the Temple Theater now has the box office hours are not what they used to be pre-COVID. The other way to do it is to call our offices at 989-755-6471. Again, 989-755-6471.
Well, Fouad, always a pleasure. I wish you and your wonderful family a very happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Thank you. You and your family as well. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Always a pleasure, my friend. We'll talk to you down the road. Thanks a lot.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Fouad Fakhouri, he is the conductor and musical director of the Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about something else happening during the holidays at the Anderson Enrichment Center with Marsha Braun. That will come up in just a few moments.
Fall in love with your home again by adding beautiful Lafayette interior fashions. This is Sonia with Westside Decorating Center. We offer in-home design consultations to make choosing the perfect window treatment easy and fun. Pair Lafayette interior masterpieces custom drapery options with their many shade and blind choices for a flawless look. Call our design department today at 989-793-6182. Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw Township.
You know, we're all dreaming of something. So why not make those dreams a reality?
A new van with sliding doors.
A new house with more than one bathroom.
Oh, and heated seats.
Or maybe even just some money to add a new bathroom to this house.
A remote starter.
No matter what you've been dreaming of lately, Dow Chemical Employees Credit Union has a loan for you. With great rates, fast approvals, and a potential year-end loan interest rebate via our member giveback, DCECU can help make your dreams come true. Visit dcecu.org/borrow for more details. Membership eligibility required. Loans subject to approval based on creditworthiness of applicants and collateral conditions if applicable. Other limitations may apply. While member giveback rebates and rewards occur with great regularity, this credit union benefit is not guaranteed. Not all loan and deposit products are eligible for member giveback consideration. Some limitations apply. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
If you're Medicare eligible, now's the time to review your coverage to get all you can from your plan. With Covenant Advantage, a PHP Medicare plan, you get hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage you need and valuable extras you want. With dental benefits from Delta Dental, vision, hearing, and so much more without paying more. Covenant Advantage consultants are leading seminars in the area and are available for personal consultations. Don't delay. Learn more at covenantadvantage.com.
If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, you're paying too much for cell service. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. I know what you're thinking. How do they do that? Pure Talk doesn't have thousands of retail stores and overhead that you have to pay for. And they don't charge you for the added perks that you never use. You can keep your phone number and keep your phone or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill 50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill 50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
You have the chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2022 up to $15,000. It's the Home for the Holidays contest presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union on WSGW. Enter the contest online at WSGW.com. Scroll down the homepage and find the Home for the Holidays box presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union. Your mortgage or rent paid for up to $15,000 in 2022. Home for the Holidays presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union on WSGW.
Direct from the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, for this Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us. And with me now from the Anderson Enrichment Center, we say good morning to Marcia Braun. Marcia, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. I'm a fish out of water. I'm actually working in the real studio today.
Oh my, that's something different.
Yeah, very much, because I had a technical issue at home, so I'll be here today, and then I have a remote Friday at the Maytag store. I'll be back home Saturday, though. Anyway, it's that time of year when we think about holly and the Holiday Mart. Tell us about it.
Well, in the past, as you know, it's been the Holiday Art Fair, but this year it is the Holiday Art Mart. With COVID last year, we were not able to hold it, but we're back this year with a new look and a few little changes, but we've still got holly. So I'm hoping people will come visit us next Wednesday, December 1st, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Anderson Enrichment Center.
So were you able to find a truck and a driver to deliver it?
Knock on wood, it looks like it's on its way from Oregon. We get our holly fresh from Oregon, and when I talked to them last week, the grower said it's on its way. So if all goes well, no storms or no trucking issues, we should have holly here on Tuesday, ready to sell on Wednesday.
Very, very good. So what else is going to be at the Holiday Art Mart?
Well, of course, it is an art mart, so we have vendors, and this year we actually have more vendors than we've had in the past because normally, as you know, we have a luncheon that we serve. However, this year, due to COVID, we are not serving a lunch, So we use that space to bring in more vendors. So I actually have about 22 vendors this year, and almost half of those are new. So we'll have the art vendors, and they've got some great items. As I mentioned, no lunch, but we will have a raffle and a silent auction, and our bake shop is back with not only our plates of assorted cookies, but also some wonderful baked goods from Baines, Apple Valley. They have been kind enough to help us out this year, and we will have tarts, donuts, pie, slices of pie, and caramel apples.
Wow. And
Yeah,
they make some good stuff. Oh, they do.
I had never had a tart until I was out there talking with them, and oh my gosh, those things are like to die for. They're like little miniature pies. But so that's something new we're really excited about. And like I said, we've got lots of vendors, and the Holly, of course, the bake shop, and the raffle and the silent auction.
So who puts on the Holiday Art Mart? Is it the Enrichment Center? Is it the Enrichment Commission? Who does the work?
It is the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission. It is one of our major fundraisers throughout the year, and we really only do two big fundraisers, and this is one of them. And so the Enrichment Commission, we have a committee that comes together for a number of months before to pull it all together. And everything we raise from the Holiday Art Mart goes to our outreach programs or our community services, which includes outreach for veterans. And in addition, our underserved youth. We have a number of programs for underserved youth. And then also our student art show that comes up in January, our exhibitions that feature local artists, and of course, Art Saginaw, which is on Facebook, where we promote everything regional in terms of arts and culture. So it basically goes to support our community services. And we've been very, very fortunate over the years that we've had so many people in the community support us by attending or by donating, by sponsoring. So we're very fortunate.
So I think, let's look back a little bit and give a little history of how the Arts and Enrichment Commission came about.
Well, actually, it was over 35 years ago now.
It's been that long?
That long. Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I haven't been here that long, but it's been over 35 years. Yeah, well, we won't go there, Art. You're forever young.
Yes, that's right.
But the city of Saginaw felt that it was very important to have a presence in the arts and cultural community and promote it and help the awareness in the community in terms of what was going on in Saginaw with the arts, because they felt that was a real boost to our quality of life, obviously, and could be an economic driver as people came downtown to attend events, etc. So they formed the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission. And so we are technically a commission of the city of Saginaw. However, we receive no line item funding from them. So we are responsible for raising the funds to do everything we do in the community and then beyond. But the city of Saginaw had the foresight to say, we think arts and culture is important, and let's do something to help promote it within our area. So we're very fortunate and blessed to have had that foresight from the city.
All right, let's hang on, and I got to take a break, and we will be back. We're talking to Marcia Braun from the Arts and Enrichment Commission in Saginaw about their Holiday Art Mart coming up Wednesday, December 1st. We will return after these notes.
At Midland Furniture Garage, personal service and great design is everywhere and within all budgets. Our premium style, high quality furniture can be customized for maximum comfort. Discover our recliners, window treatments, sofas, and more by Stressless, Norwalk, Hunter Douglas, and others. Come into Midland Furniture Garage, Midland's creative source, and see what's possible for yourself. Midland Furniture Garage, 34 Ashman Circle in Midland, and online at midlandfurnituregarage.com.
Honey, I'm officially sick of junk mail, emails, and ads about Medicare. Why are they suddenly bombarding us with this stuff?
Because it's open enrollment. We could get more benefits. Clear up your Medicare confusion with simple, easy answers at easymedicare.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, Medicare.com. Annual enrollment is now through December 7th. Go to easymedicare.com or speak with a licensed agent at 1-888-486-1662. Easymedicare.com. We make choosing a Medicare plan easy.
Speak with a licensed insurance agent or visit easymedicare.com Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. EST, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. EST. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, has neither reviewed nor approved this information with regard to the federal Medicare program. EasyMedicare.com is powered by eTelequote Insurance Inc., a private duly licensed insurance agency appointed by Medicare Advantage, HMO, PPO, and PFFS plans and standalone prescription drug plans and insurance companies holding Medicare contracts approved by CMS. Enrollment in any plan for coverage is subject to insurance company approval. This information is not a complete description of benefits. Contact the plan for more information. Limitations, co-payments, and restrictions may apply. Benefits, premiums, and/or member cost share may change on January 1 of each year. You must continue paying your Medicare Part B premium.
Hi, I'm Terry Rock. Are you happy with your Medicare? I am now, after I met the pros at Medicare Choices. Yes, you do have choices when it comes to Medicare coverage. No cookie cutter plan for me. You buy a pair of shoes if they fit. Get the right fit. A customized plan designed just for you that helps you protect that hard-earned retirement income. Call 989-899-7820. MedicareChoicesInfo.com. We'll walk you through every step.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Salon Blue in Mount Pleasant. You can get a Salon Blue cut and a brow wax for only $31.50. It's usually $63. You are getting it half off. You can also get a gel manicure and a Salon Blue pedicure for only $41.50. It's usually $83, but you are getting it half off. This week's deal is all about treating yourself. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
You have an opportunity to make this holiday season very special for some very special children. You are invited to join WSGW and our Alpha Media family of stations, along with Covenant Kids, Tim Hortons, and Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. During the week of December 6th through the 10th, each night at 8 p.m., lights will be shined for 2 minutes towards the windows where kids are hospitalized at Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw. You can bring your own light shining device, and for the first 100 attendees, free flashlights will be given away. Fire departments, police, MMR will all shine lights too. Plus, with your help, each child will receive a toy, as you can donate new, unwrapped toys at Covenant Healthcare or participating Tim Hortons or Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. For specific toy donation locations and all the information you need, please visit WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and click on the Lights Before Christmas box.
Michigan Wolverines football is on WSGW.
Haskins over right guard. Touchdown, Michigan! Give that one to Zach Carpenter in the offensive line. Edwards breaks it back diagonally across the field to the 30. Can he outrun him? Touchdown, Michigan! Donovan Edwards! That ball is intercepted. DJ Turner has it. The 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
The 6th-ranked Michigan Wolverines routed Maryland to set up a showdown against the 2nd-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes for the Big Ten East title on the regular season finale. Tune in for pregame coverage starting at 11 a.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW. Michigan football is brought to you by Forward Energy, Medicare Choices of Saginaw, Schaefer and Beerline Ram Truck in Frankenmuth, Wolf Isles Ace Hardware in Saginaw, Big E's Sports Grill, and Lingle Equipment Company in Saginaw. It's Michigan and Ohio State, the game, live Saturday morning at 11 on 790 News Radio WSGW.
The Wolverines play on WSGW.
Hi, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, coming to you from the real studios of WSGW while we do a technical repair to my home studio. Just a note for you. Tomorrow, we will be broadcasting at the Maytag store, 3800 Tittabawassee Road, and we will be providing omelets, and I think Art will be there with his special French toast and stuff like that. We're going to begin at 8 o'clock, a little later than normal, but again, we will begin serving omelets at 8 o'clock tomorrow at the Maytag store, and they'll have some great Black Friday deals for you. We'll tell you about tomorrow as we broadcast from the Maytag store, and Terry Henney will be joining me too with his farm show. All of that is ahead. For now, we are talking to Marsha Braun at the Arts and Enrichment Center in Saginaw for the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission, where the Holiday Art Mart takes place on Wednesday, the 1st of December. What time, Marcia?
10 a.m. We open our doors and close at 4. And we do have a silent auction that closes at 3 p.m. And as I mentioned earlier, we will not have a lunch this year, unfortunately. However, we have more vendors because we aren't able to use that space for lunch. We have filled it with vendors. So lots of great opportunities for you to do your holiday shopping and gift giving, make gift giving purchases. And of course, we still have fresh holly, a wonderful bake shop this year, and our silent auction.
Give us an idea of some of the vendors.
Well, David Miller, the reindeer guy, the wooden reindeer, will be back.
Oh, yeah.
28 years. He was one of the original vendors.
Yeah.
And his wooden reindeer will be back. And if you want to meet the gentleman who makes these lovely reindeer, he will actually be here selling them this year.
Yeah, but if you want choice, you better come early.
Come early. Exactly. And this is the only fair he is doing this year. So you're not going to find him anywhere else.
Wow.
This is it. Yeah. So we've got him back. We also have a woman who makes candles, but these are not your normal candles. She makes them in like glass bowls and mugs, and they look like, one may look like Captain Crunch cereal and smell like Captain Crunch cereal. She's got an adorable one that looks like cinnamon rolls and smells like cinnamon.
So the candle is shaped like its odor.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
And she sculpts these, she sculpts them out of like a clay. Then she makes a silicone mold.
Right.
Then she pours the wax into the silicone mold and then builds her candle from there. So they are awesome, but they are reasonably priced as well. They're a great price point. So I think that'll be something fun and new and different. We also have a potter this year, a gentleman from the Bay City area who does some really neat pottery. Mary Fives from Saginaw will be here with weaving. We've got, of course, holiday decor and some jewelry, and Sue Ward, who does the Saginaw sign prints, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with those, will be here as well with prints and originals. She's gone throughout Saginaw and taken a look at a lot of the old school signs and like Dawn Donuts and places like that, and she's put them into a poster of sorts that you can purchase. Yeah, they're really fun. So she'll be here. So a really good variety, and a lot of our returning people as well. We've got, watercolors, books, some fun things for kids, as well as some beautiful knit sweaters. So lots of great things to come and to look at. And like I said, to purchase for your holiday gift giving.
And then there's the name of it, Holly Day Mart. So the holly will be available for how much this year?
$10 a bag. We have not raised our prices.
That's amazing.
We decided it was important. Yeah, amazing. The price of holly has gone up a little bit, but we're going to keep it the same because we want everybody to be able to enjoy some of that holly during the season. So we'll have that fresh holly here. And then, of course, the bake shop. And I mentioned earlier that we not only will have our plates of cookies, but Baines's Apple Valley will be donating some of their wonderful baked goods for us to sell in our bake shop as well.
Sounds wonderful. Tell everybody where the Anderson Enrichment Center is, in case they don't know.
We are located in Saginaw, across from Ojibwe Island, and right next to, we're sandwiched right between the new tennis courts and pickleball courts that they just finished and the Saginaw Waterworks. So we're right down there in the heart of the city.
Plenty of parking. And
plenty of parking.
Just remind everybody again when you're going to open.
10 a.m. and admission is free. There is no charge to come visit us. So we hope to see people. We are asking all visitors to please mask up so that we can be safe and enjoy each other's company.
Marcia, have a happy Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll see you Wednesday. We'll see.
That sounds good, and I hope to see you then, Art, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving as well.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That is Marcia Braun from the Saginaw Arts and Enrichment Commission on the Holiday Mart. Back to close out after these notes.
You know, we're all dreaming of something
So why not make those dreams a reality?
A new van with sliding doors.
A new house with more than one bathroom?
Oh, and heated seats.
Or maybe even just some money to add a new bathroom to this house.
A remote starter.
No matter what you've been dreaming of lately, Dow Chemical Employees Credit Union has a loan for you. With great rates, fast approvals, and a potential year-end loan interest rebate via our member giveback, DCECU can help make your dreams come true. Visit dcecu.org/borrow for more details. Membership eligibility required. Loans subject to approval based on creditworthiness of applicants and collateral conditions if applicable. Other limitations may apply. While member giveback rebates and rewards occur with great regularity, this credit union benefit is not guaranteed. Not all loan and deposit products are eligible for member giveback consideration. Some limitations apply. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Hundreds of thousands of people have said goodbye to their overpriced Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile plans and switched to Pure Talk. It's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. Did you know Pure Talk gives you the same great coverage on the same great 5G network as one of the big guys for about half the cost? The average family is saving over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With US-based customer service, Pure Talk treats their customers right. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say Jill50 to save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say Jill50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
How can you achieve perfect gifting greatness? With Omaha Steaks. Perfectly aged, tender, unforgettable, and guaranteed delicious. Go to omahasteaks.com. Enter Sizzle into the search bar to order the perfect gift package for just $99.99. You'll get 24 entrees plus 8 Omaha Steaks burgers free with your order. Incredible flavor, value, and 100% guaranteed. We've all heard reports about shipping delays, so don't wait. That's omahasteaks.com. Keyword Sizzle.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The true story of Thanksgiving is not quite what anyone would like it to be, but it's a darn sight more interesting. I'm Gil Gross, and on the upcoming Thanksgiving Day special from CBS News Radio, we'll tell that story. We'll also set you straight on a much-told story of how Thanksgiving led to the invention of the TV dinner. Yeah, don't bother looking it up. Most news sources got it wrong. Also, we'll talk to a psychologist about how to have a holiday meal without people fighting over politics and vaccines. Join me on Thanksgiving Day, 9 to noon on WSGW.
All right, that's going to do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thank you for being with us. Let me take a moment to wish you and yours a very, very happy Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you Friday from the Maytag store. We'll talk about coronary bypass surgery from McLaren Bay coming up on Focus.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Peter King in Orlando, which AAA says is the top domestic destination for Thanksgiving travelers this week. With tens of millions of people now vaccinated, the Auto Club says more than 53 million are going somewhere. Over 4 million are flying. This man's been waiting at the airport security line in Pittsburgh.
It's a long line. But you know what? I'm sure that the TSA and airport staff are doing their hardest to make sure that we all get to the best possible holiday we can have.
I'm John Doman along I-95 in Maryland. And in general, along the East Coast, traffic has been busy,
but it's moving.
Millions of Americans are going away for Thanksgiving, and many of them will drive to their destinations. Travis Williams left Connecticut at 3 a.m. to head to North Carolina for family food, and in particular,
sweet potato pie.
I expected more, but it's been good.
Yvonne Haskins is also headed to North Carolina.